Oh, hello. Welcome to my little piece of the earth around here. I'm Jim Conover, and I'm an author. I write fiction books, and I write nonfiction books, screenplays, make movies. But I'm sitting here reading today. I'm reading the first published book in my new mystery series. It's called the Deuce Riker Mystery Series. This book is called Black Robe Killings. It was the first book I wrote. And I've written two others on this same series, but they're not published yet. Now, this book here follows a private detective that I created. Love fiction, because you can make people whoever you want. You can make them do whatever you want. And in this case, because I spent 20 years as a policeman and 10 years of that as a detective, and I wrote this book in first person, following this detective throughout Chicago and wherever he goes to solve his cases. This book in particular is my first one, and I want to read you a little excerpt from it. Through the crack, I stared at the closed door. I had just witnessed a felony being committed. Furthermore, $1 million was about to be shipped out of the country. Like Carzoni, I had wondered where Worthington came up with $1 million. Now I knew. Was it the money in the safe under his desk? There was a lot of money there. I knew it had to be about $1 million that they were talking about. My hand automatically reached for the doorknob. I knew I was about to commit a felony myself, and I didn't care. I had to do something. Hurrying to the desk, I slid open the door, twisted the dial on the safe, turned the handle, and swung open the door. Just to be sure, I made a hurried ballpark count of the money, and I was right. It was $1 million right in front of my eyes. I glanced back at the door and listened for any sound to make sure that they had left. Satisfied, I grabbed the plastic bag lining from a wastebasket beside Worthington's desk and loaded the money into it. I heard the elevator door open again, just as I shoved the last bundle of money into the bag. Damn, I said it to myself as I grabbed the bag and ran for Bruce's office. I was surprised at the weight of $1 million in $100 bills. I had heard somewhere that a $100 bill weighs 1 gram, and that 500 grams was a pound. According to my calculations, that equated to 20 pounds of cash. I ran on tiptoes across Bruce's office to the door leading to the hallway. I stood there listening. Hearing the door of Worthington's office open, I eased open the door, slipped out, down the hall to the stairs. As the stairway door closed behind me, I heard wall-rattling cussing from Worthington. Running down the steps, taking 2 or 3 at a time, I reached the first floor and slammed into the crash bar on the door, bursting out onto the steps. I didn't slow down. Down the steps and out into the street I ran. I was halfway across the street when I heard a shout. I didn't look back. If it was Worthington, I was sure it was. He would recognize me. The loud blast of a pistol shot smothered the sound of my shoes striking the pavement. I saw cement dust fly in front of me as the bullet dug a groove into the street. I thought I was already running at top speed, but that caused a sudden burst of energy, and the afterburners kicked in. I heard a second loud blast, and I felt myself pushed forward as if a huge hand smashed into my back. I knew I'd been hit. Dashing into an alley at a dead run, I knew I was home free, but still worried. Not looking back, even now, I could visualize the plastic bag of money swung over my shoulders, splitting, and bundles of bloody $100 bills tumbling out, leaving a plain trail that anyone could follow. I tried to estimate the weight as I ran to see if it was lighter. I didn't think it was, but I wasn't going to look back. The sight of my old Oldsmobile shining in the moonlight sent a thrill up my spine. If I got to it, I would be safe. My heart was pounding so loud I could hear each beat, and I could barely breathe as I grabbed the door handle. In one motion, I tossed the bag inside and fell in after it. I could almost feel the heat and the hard impact of a bullet hitting my back as I slammed the door shut. Now there is a nice little piece that Deuce Riker gets himself into. Can you imagine a private detective going into a courthouse, breaking into a judge's office, and stealing $1 million in cash? I think you should read this book. I think you should finish it and find that segment that I just read. This is a hardcover book. There's about 300, just over 300 pages. It's easy reading. You can get online and order it from Amazon. They've got it. You can also order it from me at jimconover.com. Just go to my book page, and you can pay for it through PayPal, or you can send me a check at Jim Conover, 3 Ruling Court, Pekin, Illinois, 61554, and I will ship you out the book immediately. If you would like, you can go to jimconover.com and find my website and contact me through that. Hope you enjoy the book. I enjoyed writing it. I hope you enjoyed reading it as well.
Black Robe Killings, a Deuce Riker mystery from author Jim Conover. Get your copy today.